Welcome back to Election Blueprint. Today, we're taking a complete county-by-county look at the latest California 2026 governor forecast from PollsMax. We'll break down every region, every key county, and the latest statewide numbers. Let's get started. We start in the Bay Area, which continues to serve as the foundation of Democratic strength in California. In Alameda County, Xavier Becerra dominates with 79.3%, while Steve Hilton receives only 16.3%. This enormous margin reflects the county's long-standing Democratic voting pattern. Moving to Contra Costa County, Becerra maintains another commanding lead with 72%, compared to 24.7% for Hilton. Although Hilton improves slightly here, the county still remains comfortably Democratic. In Marin County, Democrats post one of their strongest performances statewide. Becerra captures an overwhelming 85.3%, while Hilton earns just 12%. Nearby Napa County also strongly favors Becerra. He receives 70.6%, while Hilton stands at 26.4%. The political center of San Francisco remains overwhelmingly blue. In San Francisco County, Xavier Becerra reaches an incredible 85%, while Hilton earns only 10.8%. In neighboring San Mateo County, Becerra records 78.2%, while Hilton receives 18.5%. Moving into Silicon Valley, Santa Clara County gives Becerra 72.8%, compared with 23.4% for Hilton, showing Democrats continue to dominate one of California's largest counties. Solano County remains Democratic as well, although slightly more competitive. Becerra leads with 64.8%, while Hilton earns 32.4%. Finally, Sonoma County gives Xavier Becerra 76.1%, while Steve Hilton receives 20.5%. Overall, the Bay Area delivers overwhelming Democratic margins that create one of the biggest advantages for Becerra statewide. Even before moving into Southern California, Democrats are already building an enormous statewide cushion. Los Angeles region. Next, we head to California's largest population center. In Los Angeles County, Xavier Becerra receives 69.5%, while Steve Hilton earns 27.2%. Because Los Angeles County casts millions of votes, winning nearly 70% here gives Democrats a massive statewide advantage that Republicans struggle to overcome elsewhere. For Steve Hilton, limiting losses in Los Angeles will be critical, but these numbers suggest that remains a difficult challenge. Orange County region. Historically considered a Republican stronghold, Orange County has changed significantly over the last decade. According to the latest forecast, Xavier Becerra leads with 54.4%, while Steve Hilton receives 42.4%. Although Democrats continue to hold the advantage, Hilton performs noticeably better here than in Los Angeles or the Bay Area. Orange County remains one of the key suburban battlegrounds Republicans must compete in if they hope to narrow the statewide margin. San Diego region. In San Diego County, Becerra records 61.6%, while Hilton stands at 35.4%. While Republicans remain competitive in several inland communities, Democratic strength throughout the metropolitan area keeps San Diego comfortably in Becerra's column. Inland Empire region. The Inland Empire has become one of California's fastest-growing political battlegrounds. In Riverside County, Xavier Becerra receives 52.7%, compared to 44.6% for Steve Hilton. Meanwhile, San Bernardino County remains almost identical, with Becerra at 52.2% and Hilton at 45%. These are considerably closer races than those seen along the coast, and demonstrate that Republicans remain competitive throughout inland Southern California, desert and Eastern California. Turning eastward, in Imperial County, Becerra leads with 53%, while Hilton receives 44.4%. In Inyo County, Becerra posts 51.6%, compared with 45.2% for Hilton. Meanwhile, Mono County is significantly more Democratic, where Becerra earns 62.8%, while Hilton records 33.1%. Overall, Eastern California presents a mixed political picture, with several closely contested counties alongside stronger Democratic territory. Central Valley region. Now we move into the Central Valley, one of California's most politically diverse regions. Beginning with Butte County, Xavier Becerra narrowly leads with 51.5%, while Hilton receives 45.2%. In Colusa County, Republicans hold a clear advantage. Steve Hilton leads with 58.2%, compared with 39.3% for Becerra. Fresno County remains competitive, but Becerra still edges ahead with 51.2%, while Hilton receives 46.2%. Glenn County strongly favors Republicans, giving Hilton 61.4%, while Becerra records 35.9%. Kern County continues its Republican tradition. Hilton receives 54.6%, while Becerra stands at 42.9%. Kings County also supports Hilton with 55.7%, while Becerra receives 42.1%. Madera County gives Hilton 54.5%, compared with 43.1% for Becerra. In Merced County, Democrats narrowly hold the lead, with Becerra at 51.2% and Hilton at 46.2%. The state capital, Sacramento County, remains strongly Democratic. Becerra receives 62.8%, while Hilton earns 33.7%. In San Joaquin County, Becerra leads 52.7% to 44.2%. One of the closest counties is Stanislaus, where Hilton narrowly leads with 49.5%, while Becerra stands at 47.9%. Sutter County favors Hilton by 59.8% to 37.8%. Tulare County also remains Republican, with Hilton at 54.5% and Becerra at 43.2%. Yolo County delivers another major Democratic victory, where Becerra receives 71%, compared with 25.4% for Hilton. Finally, Yuba County favors Republicans, with Hilton receiving 56.8%, while Becerra records 40.4%. The Central Valley continues to illustrate California's urban-rural divide, with Democratic cities surrounded by numerous Republican-leaning rural counties. Central Coast Region. The Central Coast remains another important Democratic region. Monterey County gives Becerra 68.1%, while Hilton receives 28.9%. In San Benito County, Becerra records 59.6%, compared to 37.6% for Hilton. San Luis Obispo County remains competitive, but still favors Becerra, 58.6% to 38.4%. Santa Barbara County gives Becerra 66.5%, while Hilton receives 30.4%. Santa Cruz County remains overwhelmingly Democratic, with Becerra at 80%, while Hilton earns 16.2%. Finally, Ventura County supports Becerra by 60.8% to 36.3%. North Coast and Far North. Northern California becomes much more favorable for Republicans. Del Norte County gives Hilton 52.1%, while Becerra receives 45.1%. Humboldt County remains Democratic, where Becerra records 66.7%, compared with Hilton's 28.9%. Lake County narrowly favors Becerra, 52.5% to 44.5%. Lassen County gives Hilton one of his strongest statewide performances at 71.1%, while Becerra receives 26.5%. Mendocino County remains Democratic, with Becerra at 66% and Hilton at 29.8%. Modoc County strongly favors Hilton, 67.1% to 29.8%. Shasta County gives Hilton 62.3%, compared with 35.2% for Becerra. Siskiyou County also favors Hilton, 53.3% to 43.5%. Tehama County gives Hilton 65%, while Becerra receives 32.6%. Finally, Trinity County is perfectly tied at 48.1% for both candidates, making it one of the closest counties in the forecast. Sierra and Mountain Counties. California's mountain counties present another mixed political picture. Alpine County favors Becerra, 69.6% to 28.2%. Amador County supports Hilton, 57.9% to 39.4%. Calaveras County gives Hilton 58.1%, while Becerra receives 39.4%. El Dorado County is nearly tied, with Hilton at 49.9% and Becerra at 47.3%. Mariposa County supports Hilton 54.5% to 42.8%. Nevada County favors Becerra, 59.1% to 37.4%. Placer County is another toss-up, with Becerra holding a narrow 49% to 48.1% lead. Plumas County gives Hilton 52.2%, while Becerra receives 44.6%. Sierra County supports Hilton 56.1% to 41.2%. Finally, Tuolumne County favors Hilton with 55%, while Becerra records 42.6%. Statewide forecast. After combining all regional projections, the statewide numbers remain decisive. The projected statewide vote share shows Xavier Becerra 64.8%, Steve Hilton 35.3%. The election model currently gives Xavier Becerra 99% chance of winning, Steve Hilton 1% chance of winning. The latest polling average also favors Becerra. Xavier Becerra 58%, Steve Hilton 33.7%. These figures indicate that while Steve Hilton maintains strength across many rural, agricultural, mountain, and northern counties, Xavier Becerra's overwhelming dominance in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Sacramento, and much of the Central Coast provides Democrats with a massive statewide advantage. Unless Republicans dramatically improve their performance in California's largest metropolitan areas, the current forecast suggests Becerra remains firmly on course to win the 2026 California gubernatorial election. If you enjoyed this complete county-by-county California governor forecast, be sure to like this blueprint, subscribe to the channel, and share your prediction in the comments. Thank you for watching Election Blueprint.